Please,
On here?
take a seat. Yeah.
And this is the mic?
And this is the mic, yeah,
Got it.
for both of us.
Cool.
Again, thanks for taking the time.
Pleasure, thank you.
I'll jump right into it. What would you say helped you most to become the drummer that you are?
Wow, that's a good one. I guess that's enabled me to be the drummer that I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I guess the fact that when I was younger, I liked many different styles of music. Mm-hmm. And I was encouraged to play those different styles. So then later on in my career, you know, I can play rock music, and I kind of sound pretty convincing when I do that. But then I play jazz, and I can almost get away with that, you know, Latin music and groove music and everything in between. So I think that is probably to gain experience playing different styles of music. Mm-hmm. For me personally, is definitely the bit that's helped.
Okay,
for sure.
That kind of brings me to the next question. Are you listening to a lot of music?
Well, it's fun enough. I mean, I have phases where I listen to music, and I usually go back and listen to records that I've not listened to for a long time. Mm. Just, you know, like if you listen to something when you're 19 and then you listen to it when you're 35,
yeah,
you definitely hear different things, right? Mm. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when you're nearly 50 like me, you really hear different things. And then you also realise, oh, that's what he was playing. Yeah. So like I listen to things now and I'm like, I couldn't see or imagine what the drummer was playing. I didn't have that under my fingers. Yeah. But now, as an older drummer, I listen back to some of those records and go, that's what he's playing. Okay, I get it. Cool. And so I like that. And I still go back and listen to older albums and stuff that I've, you know, all sorts of things. And my main job in the UK is I play on the Voice TV show. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to a lot of modern music anyway, just because of that show. You have to. So I feel that I don't need to go out and buy Taylor Swift's new record. You know, I don't feel. So
what would be your 3 favorite albums?
That's hard. I mean, there's definitely a Beatles record in there. Maybe the White Album. Yeah. I could not live without. Maybe, you know.
Which recording that you did are you most proud of?
Right. Well, there's a few. I've just finished recording the new James Morrison album. This is number 4 for me, for James, and we played the whole band and James. We recorded together, like in a kind of old way, like Otis Redding would, or Marvin Gaye or someone, where he would track with the band. You know, it'd be in a booth, but the band would be playing with him.
So and we did it overdubbing, but
not really overdubs. Certainly no overdubs for me, except for percussion. Yeah. So yeah, we're cutting the tracks, and we've just done that, and it's really cool. And James is really digging it. And I think when that comes out in the next couple of months, actually, that's going to be a good one because people, it's very rare that you hear a performance from drummers now. You know, it's like you get a chopped up version of what you played. Some of the fills are there, some of them aren't. But this thing is their takes. That's me playing the drums.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Because it's just like there's no hiding. That's how I played it. Yeah. You know. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Great. Does it happen often that you go to big recording studios, or do you record most of the stuff in your studio?
It used to happen a lot, and then it went funny periods in the sort of mid to late 2000s. It sort of started to slow down a little bit, but now it's interesting. There's more and more sessions. I was at Abbey Road 2 weeks ago. I was with James's record a month or so ago. I was in Mark Knopfler's studio. I was in Milan 2 or 3 months ago with Eros Ramazzotti at his studio. So there's a few more interesting sessions happening.
Keeps coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. I mean, I think the record companies have discovered a way to actually earn money from streaming. So now there's money in the big pot of music now. Yeah. Where there wasn't when streaming first started. The record companies didn't know what to do. Like, how are we going to police this? What the, but now they've figured it out, and so now there's some money. So I think slowly but surely that will be reinvested.
Is there a difference for you between playing live and playing in the studio?
There's probably a tiny bit more energy live, just because you can't help it. It's just a little bit more energy, maybe a tiny bit more volume. Mm-hmm. But I try and play exactly the same.
Okay.
When I was younger, I would play much louder if I was playing to. In fact, the more people, the louder I thought I had to play. It was just, of course, ridiculous. They just turn you up. It's fine. 80,000 people, fine. 2,000 people, fine. 200 people. It's like whatever, and you just play how you play. And now, since watching some of the real great drummers, it's really interesting watching Steve Gadd still, when he plays like in front of 5,000 people. He's playing like he would be playing if he was in this room, really. And then when he does commit some energy to the drums, it really comes across. It's like, wow, he's properly hit those floor toms, or he's hit the downbeat, or and so I try and play the same, and that doesn't mean not lightly and no energy, just like a general. I've got a good dynamic range. I don't start here and then I've only got this far to go before I can't play any harder. I like to be in a good place, so there's a lot of movement. I can play quieter, and I also have got a ceiling that I can get to.
Do you also play vintage drums?
Yeah, I've got some vintage drums, vintage Gretsch that I've used on a lot of records. That James Morrison record, it's a 1963 round badge Gretsch, and I've had that for 15, 20 years nearly. Probably 20 years, and I've played it on a lot of records.
Okay.
And it's a 20 bass drum, 12, 16, beautiful. Really cool sounding drums, very interesting sounding drums too. For pop music, but that's kind of what makes it work. The bass drum in particular is really killer. I don't understand why it sounds so good. I can't figure it out. It shouldn't be able to. It's not round. It's just like slightly. It's 1963, so getting a drum head on it is quite difficult. But it sounds really cool. I've got some vintage cymbals and a couple of vintage snare drums that I like. But the new range of Gretsch that I play now, I like them because they're kind of modelled on a vintage sound. So the Broadcaster is what I play. I've got 3 Broadcasters and I really like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. Good luck with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you, mate.